This is the guy that people were saying is like a deadly threat. Like Catterall was some crazy threat.
That's surely it. Massive right hand. Power does it again. Has made history.
Board Boxing, welcome back to the show. Your casual fan's favorite casual fan. Jack Catterall versus Regis Prograis happened this weekend, and I'll tell you, it was unexciting, and honestly, it was quite sloppy. This is a reason why I don't like to watch a lot of matchroom cards. It's why Queensberry beat the ever-living shit out of them in that 5v5 card. Jack Catterall is just nothing other than a Eddie Hearn poster boy, similar to half of the Golden Boy roster. As much as I love Eric Priest is just another guy who's going to get put in front of some tough competition and take an L, and they're going to keep padding his stats until he can get up there and take a big loss because Golden Boy just wants to make money. Eddie Hearn just wants to make money. That's why Jack Catterall is in this place. We talk about his win over Taylor. No one cares about that anymore. Regis Prograis just got his ass beat by Devin Haney, almost put into retirement. And then you put Catterall, who's supposed to be this star of matchroom in this weight division, up against Regis Prograis, and knocks him down twice in one round, but also gets knocked down himself, and really didn't even start to up the pace of the fight until the later half of the fight. The first half, Jack was on the back foot most of the time or running away. This is one of these fights where you see Regis pushing the pace, the one who's actually aggressing and making things difficult. A lot of feinting, a lot of head movement, and a lot of really good head movement, I might add. So Regis actually looked really solid for those first few rounds. Tony Bellew's scorecard was completely all over the place. And then just to add insult to injury, the scorecards at the end of this fight were completely lopsided. Some of them only having Regis winning 1 round, 2 rounds. Insane. Jack Catterall gets destroyed against any other top American talent. I'll say it again. If he goes against anyone else at this 140 division, I mean, I could see even someone like Ergashev or Matias beating Catterall at this point. Ergashev has even been taking a couple losses recently. I could see him winning. Catterall was a scared puppy for half the fight, and then he finally realized that Regis was either tired or throwing wildly, and then again, Regis injures his ankle, it looks like, towards the end of the fight, starts throwing wildly. I mean, the fight got sloppy overall. Catterall did not show me anything that demonstrates to me that he is going to be a top-level fighter in this division. And kudos to him for getting the win. It doesn't mean anything to me in my eyes. I don't see him going any further than where he is right now. And that's really all I got in terms of matchrooms, just general roster. There's no one really in matchroom that I'm super excited to see. And Jack Catterall was being touted as this, like, he's the one to watch. He's our guy. No, he's not. He's not. He's simply not. People are talking about what a potential fight with Teofimo Lopez would look like. We haven't seen Teo in a while, but I think Teofimo would easily handle someone like Jack Catterall. And I also think that, there's talks of like a Rolly fight, which that would be hilarious at this point because it'd be a repeat of Regis Prograis versus Catterall just now because I'm telling you, that last round was ugly. Regis throwing some wild shots, throwing himself off balance. He knocked himself down by throwing a hard right too far, and ended up putting himself on his face. It's a guy who played possum the entire time, or not played possum, but ran away the entire time. Waited for his opponent to get, I guess, a little gassed. The crowd was completely was biased. Obviously, we're on location in Manchester. The crowd was cheering for shots that weren't even landing. I mean, Regis has had some great head movement again in those first 6-7 rounds. The crowd is cheering as if everything is landing. The commentators talking every little thing that Catterall does is incredible. And it's just, Regis did get whooped up on towards the end and then embarrassed himself. And frankly, towards the end by not just keeping his composure. I mean, trying to go out on his shield, but just it didn't look good for him. All the respect to the world and to Regis Prograis. I mean, I hope you have a good retirement, man. I think this is the last time you're fighting, if I remember correctly. But don't worry. You might be able to come back after realizing that Regis was not the guy. You really might. So that's all I got, man. Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until the next time, I'm done.